Hello everyone, thank you for picking up the channel today. My name's Lance Riethmeyer and this is Lance Riethmeyer Art on YouTube. Today's video I'm going to try and create a relaxing video that might help you relax, possibly fall asleep, or just chill out for a while. Maybe you've had a long day, maybe you're trying to fall asleep, it's nighttime, and so I'm going to try to create a basic painting that might help you do that. Also, possibly you may be educational, but for the most part I just want to chill out, have you chill out and relax. So thank you again for all the support and watching the channel, and let's begin. Okay everybody, thank you again for plugging into my channel today. Let's have a relaxing video. Hopefully this helps you chill out. For today, we're going to start out, I put some white on here. There's my palette. I got some burnt sienna, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, magenta, some gray, and some white. Very easy, very quick painting today. I'm going to start out with a little bit of magenta, mush it around, okay, tiny bit. And it'll mix. There's white on here, but I want to get some of that up in here. Okay, just some colors here, maybe some down here, right around right there. A little more. Just kind of blend it up. Okay, see how soft that color is? Wow, maybe a little bit down here. Very simple. Pulling from the sides because we might have maybe some water reflections. I don't know. This is just going to be an easy little something that we can do. There. Grab my napkin. Wipe the brush off. Make sure we definitely have a nice focus. Oh yeah, that looks focused. Okay. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of Prussian blue. Just a touch. Okay. On there. Can you see that? Okay. And I'm going to darken the corners a little bit up here. Bring that down. See that? That's a little bit of Prussian blue in there. Might have a little gray in it too. There. Maybe it comes in over here too. That looks good. Some over here. A little darker than I want, that's okay. Pull that in. Over here we'll get some. Maybe comes down. We can blend all this together today. These colors all sit well with each other. So again, this painting is basically just trying to be a relaxing painting. There, see how I darken that? You get a little crimson. Now let's go back up here. I want to hit that on there's what I'm looking for. Just right up there. A little drabby looking maybe. Good. Same thing. Gonna come across. You know, maybe a little bit in here too with that color. Kind of a gray color, maybe. I don't know. And I want that to come down here. There we go. Very good. I like that. And then we're gonna, at some point, I'm gonna blend all this together. We'll blend it together. A little more of that on there. Come down here and darken that up a little bit. Okay, a little more black, not much. Blue. There we go. I'm just mixing a little more of that color. Down here, maybe a little bit. It's almost a gray looking color, isn't it? I don't want that too much. I like that. There we go. There, that looks good. Okay, throw that one down. I'm going to grab a little bit of white and come in here and try to lighten some areas up right there. See that little white in there at the base of that. Watch that again. I could use a, there we go. Maybe a little bit down here in the middle. There we go. Maybe a little bit right here. Right in this area. See that? sheen maybe. That looks good, you know. It's a very nice day in Montana today, I can tell you. I think we got a little more weather coming soon, but I like this day has been good. I'm gonna grab some more black, blue, a little crimson in there, just a touch again. And I just want to get a little more up here. There we go. Just a little bit, pull it out. There, and then I want a little bit right here, maybe coming down there a little bit there, and then that looks good there, maybe. A little bit more right in this area. Okay. How's that look? Okay, now I'm going to get out my brush that likes to shed. So I'm going to blend all this together, and hopefully it creates a, you know, a nice, simple. Oops, that fell right off. Look at that. Let's get that back together. There we go. I'm just going to come in here and go back and forth. Okay. Some of these you can blend. I'm not worried about pulling the dark color into the light. Okay, I just want a nice. There. That's kind of what I wanted. I might try and get a little bit of magenta down here. More there. Okay. I like it right there, maybe. There. There we go. Grab this brush again. This is a soft blender brush. Probably get them for $4 at the art store if you want to take up painting. There. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is get my mixer knife, palette knife out, and I'm going to take some blue, oops, crimson, black, more crimson in there, get some of this brown, okay, there we go, one more blue, one more crimson in there, there, that's what I want. More crimson. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm just mixing that color in there. And I'm dragging my fingers through my gray. So if you get paint on you, just wipe it off. No big deal. Okay. Now, what I need in that mixture is a lot of paint thinner. So I'm going to slowly open my paint thinner. And I'm going to dab my liner brush in there. And we're going to, because I'm going to make a tree, and I need a lot of thinner. It needs to be really thin so the paint will flow. Okay, let's put that down. There. Okay, I'll put that over here. I got stuff laying everywhere. Jeez Louise. Okay. Then we're going to come in here. I want to have a little more crimson in there, maybe. And here we go. Maybe a little more blue. I don't know. Okay. And we're just going to kind of start with a general tree. There we go. Okay. See how it looks. So let's come down. Okay. We'll see how it looks, but okay. This is going to be hard to do. So we're going to kind of just, from right here, I'm going to start out and go. Like a wobbly old tree. Look at that. You gotta be, don't worry. I want it to come down here and just kind of come over. And there. Maybe have a little bulb right there at the bottom. Okay. And then we're just gonna, I want to just start throwing out some little, maybe this one comes over. There. Okay. Very easy. Very simple. I know, we're just gonna do that. Okay. Up here, I want this to come over this way, like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna also, I like that brush, or that liner brush, but I'm gonna try something else. Okay. This one's gonna kind of have one that comes, right here, obviously, and it'll just kind of come over and do that. it's thin, it's much easier to work with. See, just make little things happening. He's got something coming there. And this is just, see, just flicking. That looks all right for what we're looking for. Okay, this one's going to come over, and I want it to stay that way, but I want it to break off there. And again, come back here. Just let things happen. Very easy, very easy. And then up here, I want it to kind of come up. Maybe just very thin. Okay, I'm going to come back here and grab my favorite liner brush, because this one really, I'm going to get some more paint thinner. Got a lot of paint. Okay, and I'm going to come back. This one is really good. Watch this. And it really comes in and does little things. Look at that. Wow. And we can come here. Maybe do another one there. You know, something that comes off of this. Oops. We'll fix it, don't worry. Something comes off of there. You know, this one's going to come down. And, oh, I did it again. Doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. Over here, I want to come up and maybe have something come off like this. There. See, if you practice trees, they get pretty easy. Come back in. Put the brush down. I gotta quit drinking coffee. Over here, just come up. I can put my hand on here, maybe help me a little bit. There, but see that brush? Look at those, maybe has one there. Over here, maybe there's a little something that comes out. It doesn't matter. This isn't a masterpiece, so we don't care. Now over here, you're gonna have little things there. Look at that. This one here, you can have something. You know. Over here, we're gonna have little things poking out. Just let them look like you're kind of raggedy and stuff. Okay. Next thing we'll do is, let's see. I'm just taking my liner brush, and I'm just pushing it, rolling it, and it gets on there very soft, very easy, very simple. Okay. And here we can come, just keep making little things. Right there, right there, right there. You know, just let things happen. Very light. Okay. Very easy. Okay. Maybe there's a tiny little one right here. Right there. See that? There. It doesn't matter. Trees, just, do whatever. How about a little something right here? You know, it comes up. Has a little thing out of there. This one over here comes down, maybe. There we go. Just neat little things happening. See that? Just, and you make noises if you want. Here, but just light. Now when you get up top here, you want to have some little bristles and stuff, but you want to make sure they're very thin, or else they won't look right. Just touching and pulling. See that? Little things here and there. Right there, you come up and okay. How's that look? Is it zoomed same color? Put it on this brush. Watch this. I'm just gonna mush it in there. I like that red. I might get a little more red. Okay. And we're gonna kind of create something in the water here. So we're gonna come in. See that? Okay. And I want a little, it kind of comes down here. How's that? Okay, and over here. There. Okay, right to there. Very easy. Watch this. I want a little higher piece right there. See that? Just a little. So this is sitting in the water, but we don't really know how it's gonna end up, right? Okay, now over here, I'm gonna get a little more paint thinner. Click, 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 click. Okay, and we're gonna put a little tree in here too. It'll come straight down right here. And just wiggle it. See that? Nice. Okay, just wiggle that. Then you can come back up and maybe do that. And maybe he's got a little Okay, very simple. We can make that a little thicker. Not hard much. There. Right there. Come back over. Same thing. There. Let's make the base a little bigger. So see that? There we go. That one's in a little tougher shape than the other guy. It seems to be, doesn't it? And then I want to come in. Okay, and he might have something coming. This limb there. Okay, just another little couple trees hanging out. Okay, I'm going to come in and just pull this down. Create a little bit of reflection. Okay. On the water here. See that? A little bit there. Now it comes down a little further. What do you think? A little reflection there. And then I'm going to have this one here, and I'm going to create a reflection of the tree. It's going to come down. Okay, and that's going to come all the way out. The water. Okay, do another one over here. This one here, maybe. Okay, right to there. And he might have a little, his limb coming out. So that comes maybe here. Yeah, just stuff like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we're not perfect. Maybe that one comes over. Something like that. Okay, and that comes over, that comes up there. I see some stuff, like that, going away over here, just things happening over here, just doesn't have to be perfect. Come back in, grab this and pull it down, like we pull it down. See, barely touching. Yeah. There. Okay. We can come back in with this one. Oops, the lid popped off again. Okay, and I do want to give a little more dark right in here though. Okay, watch back here. I want to put this back in here. Okay, I just want it to look like there. There. Now grab this and just pull that down a little more. And then go over sideways. Okay. There's your reflections. Maybe a little bit right here. Okay, that reflection there. And you come this way. There we go. See? That doesn't look too bad. Sometimes they can get a little hard to pinpoint, but that's okay. Pull them down again. There, little reflections. There. That looks good. Go across. Very soft. I like that. Now, what I'm going to do is grab my liner brush. My knife's dirty. Wipe it off. Okay. And I'm going to try to get some paint thinner over here on this and try to thin my paint just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to grab my knife, get a little paint on there, and we're going to come in and I want to kind of just do a little. See? Go here. This can be hard. Pushing. There's your water line. And then come down here. A little way, maybe. A little bit there. Come over here. See that? There you go. Come down a little more. Pull that over. There's a water line there. Okay, there's a little separation in there if you need to have it. You come in and just do this too. There we go. Pull that in there. Ooh, I like that. Very good. Now if we need to also, we can come in and take that same knife, wipe it off again. Grab some of this dark. Okay, and kind of maybe you can come in and make a little land here. Watch this. We can come back in and fix some stuff. There, and then you can grab some gray, lighten it up a little bit, not a lot. Just get a little bit in there. A little bit, make some, maybe there's a little land right down here. I should have done that first. Okay. back in. How's that look? Is that working? Yeah. There. Just a neat little. You can come back and get some more white. Come over here. Watch this. Oh, there we go. And you can work on these or whatever. You got the color right there, you know. There we go. More down here. Watch this. Maybe a little bit right in here. Just to kind of, and then you can just go back and forth over it. Pull that out. Okay, just pull. Then you got your water line. If you want to make it look like there's something going on behind it. Come back here. Same thing. Well, you can have that. I got a little bit of the dark. That's okay. Something like that. See that? Get a little more white. Try to stay out of the dark. Push in. Just kind of, that looks alright. It doesn't hurt anything. Makes it look like there's something going on back there. So you got your shadows. You got your old crickety tree. Right. Yes. Let's grab some more paint thinner. Okay. Oh, let's try one other thing. Grab some green. Where's push up? You see that? Alright. There's a lot of paint on there. And I want to just tap the tops of these. Okay. There. Push it over. Just to give it a little color. Okay. Because it's so. Yeah. See that? Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit right there. A little bit. See that? And that's all I want to do. It just takes and gives it a little color down at the bottom there where you might have some grass. Okay. And then wrapping this up, we can come in and get some more of that dark color. And maybe work on our these a little more. Maybe bring that down into there. Okay. Maybe there's I don't know, maybe there's another little something right there. You know. That can come up. Yeah, just this looks like it needs a little more, you know, a little something right in this area. Yeah. Just tiny little things happen in there. Very thin though, because you gotta have a lot of thinner on the paint on this brush or it won't work. Okay, maybe a little something there. Yeah, that one comes down. This tree is huge. There we go. Come up, just little things here and there. Light, barely touching. Now if you do that, don't worry about it, just leave it. You know, that needs a little. How's that look? A ragged old tree sitting out in the water. Little reflections, not much. Just a kind of a cool little piece. Now if you wanted to, you could take some gray and some white, either or, and let's say, you know, maybe which side is the light side? Over here. And we could come in and just add a little light to that side. A little bit there. That might be too much. Too light. That's okay. Maybe a little bit here. There we go. That looks better on that one. A little bit there. Maybe there's a little bit right there. Just barely touching. Okay. Oh, barely touching. Just to give it a little bit. Okay. This one here, I'm going to darken back up a little bit. I don't like that. It's too light. There we go. Maybe there. That looks better. I think maybe there's a little bit more, you know, right here. Maybe coming out. You know, watch this. That looks better. Whoosh, there. So he's just sitting there with his buddy, chilling. I think this would go up a little bit more. Watch this. There, that's what I wanted. So, what do you think? Does that painting help you relax or enjoy? Hopefully it did. If you want to see more of these, just let me know. And I like doing them. Kind of relaxes me also. And this is just a simple little painting. You can use it as a stress reliever or shoot, whatever you want. And it doesn't take long. Painting is just fun, you know, very fun. Right there. match that. And ooh, I like that. Put it there. And you can mix thinner in with your paint too. There we go. There. That looks pretty good. So anyway, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.